Hi everyone, welcome to the AI Revenue Engine Masterclass series. Today's topic is how to turn AI investments into business results. I'm Bhuva Shakti, an AI adoption and automation advisor. I help companies use AI to grow revenue with less friction by improving workflows, operations, and decision making. Over the past 3 decades, I've worked across Wall Street institutions, technology organizations, startups, nonprofits, and global ecosystems, helping leaders navigate transformation, governance, risk, and operational change. One thing I've learned is that organizations rarely struggle because technology fails. More often, they struggle because leadership, processes, governance, accountability, and adoption fail to evolve alongside with technology. Today, we'll discuss how organizations can move beyond AI experimentation and begin generating measurable business outcomes. We'll focus on 5 themes: revenue growth, smart operations, business agility, AI adoption, and enterprise transformation. Now, why many AI initiatives stall? Many organizations assume that if the technology works, the initiative will succeed. Unfortunately, that is rarely the case. Some of the most technically successful AI projects fail to create business value because organizations are unprepared for implementation and scale. One of the biggest problems is unclear objectives. Teams often launch AI projects because they feel pressure to innovate. However, they cannot clearly define what success looks like. Without measurable outcomes, it becomes difficult to prioritize investments or evaluate performance. Executive sponsorship is another common challenge. AI initiatives are frequently delegated to technology teams while business leaders remain disconnected from implementation. When leaders are not actively involved, projects lose visibility and momentum. Organizations also struggle with accountability. Multiple departments may participate in an initiative, but nobody owns the final result. When ownership is unclear, adoption slows because responsibilities are fragmented and decisions take longer. Successful organizations align business goals, executive sponsorship, accountability, and measurement from the beginning. They treat AI as a business initiative supported by technology rather than a technology initiative searching for business value. A retail company implemented an AI powered recommendation engine. Initial results were disappointing because marketing, technology, and sales teams measured different outcomes. After assigning a single executive sponsor and aligning goals, online conversion rates increased by 18% and customer engagement improved significantly. Now, what's the biggest misconception about AI adoption? One of the biggest misconceptions is the belief that adoption is primarily about selecting the right tool. Organizations spend months evaluating vendors, comparing features, and discussing technical capabilities, yet many spend very little time discussing how work will actually change. Technology is often the easiest part of transformation. Changing habits, behaviors, processes, incentives, and decision making structures is significantly harder. Those are the factors that ultimately determine whether AI creates value. Employees naturally ask important questions. How will this affect my role? Will expectations change? Who is responsible for decisions? What happens when the AI recommendation conflicts with human judgment? If these questions remain unanswered, adoption becomes difficult. Managers also play a critical role. They influence whether employees trust new systems, embrace new processes, and adapt to changing expectations. Leaders who actively support adoption create stronger outcomes than leaders who simply announce technology. Organizations that succeed understand that AI adoption is fundamentally an organizational change initiative. They invest in communication, leadership alignment, process redesign, training, and accountability alongside the technology itself. A healthcare provider implemented AI scheduling tools that improved forecasting accuracy by 35%. However, department managers continued relying on spreadsheets because they trusted familiar processes. After training managers and integrating AI recommendations into performance reviews, adoption increased to 85% and staffing efficiency improved substantially. Now, what's the best place to get started? The best place is starting with business outcomes. Many organizations begin their AI journey by asking what technology they should implement. High performing organizations begin with a different question. They ask what business outcome they are trying to achieve. The goal is rarely AI itself. The goal might be increasing revenue, reducing costs, improving customer experience, accelerating decision making, reducing risk, or simply improving operational efficiency. AI is just one possible tool for achieving those outcomes. When organizations focus on business outcomes first, prioritization becomes easier. Teams can evaluate opportunities based on expected impact rather than novelty. This creates better investment decisions and reduces the risk of pursuing low value projects. Business outcomes also provide clarity for measurement. If leaders cannot define how success will be measured before implementation, they will struggle to evaluate results after deployment. Clear metrics create accountability and help sustain momentum. Successful organizations maintain a constant connection between technology decisions and business objectives. Every investment should support a clearly defined outcome that contributes to organizational goals. A logistics company initially planned to implement multiple AI solutions across operations. Leadership paused implementation and first defined a goal of reducing delivery delays by 20%. After prioritizing projects against that single objective, on time delivery improved by 24% and customer satisfaction scores increased significantly. So, how do we improve processes? How do we improve them before automation? One of the most expensive mistakes organizations make is automating inefficient processes. AI can accelerate work, but it can also accelerate confusion, waste, and operational friction if the underlying process is poorly designed. Before introducing automation, leaders should understand how work currently flows through the organization. Where do delays occur? Which approvals add value? Which handoffs create bottlenecks? Which decisions take too long? These questions often reveal opportunities for improvement before technology is introduced. Many organizations assume automation will fix operational problems. In reality, an automation often exposes existing weaknesses. If the processes are inconsistent, poorly documented, or overly complex, technology may increase the visibility of those problems rather than solve them. Strong organizations treat process design as a prerequisite for automation. They simplify workflows, eliminate unnecessary complexity, and clarify responsibilities before introducing AI solutions. This creates a stronger foundation for adoption and scale. The goal is not simply to work faster, the goal is to work smarter. When efficient processes and capable technology come together, organizations achieve significantly better results than either could deliver independently. A manufacturing company implemented predictive maintenance technology, expecting a reduction in equipment downtime. Initial results were limited because maintenance procedures varied across locations. After standardizing workflows and responsibilities, downtime decreased by 22% and maintenance planning became more consistent across the organization. Let me now introduce the AI Revenue Engine framework. Over time, in my experience, I noticed a recurring pattern across organizations. Different industries, different technologies, and different leadership teams, but they often faced remarkably similar challenges. They invested in technology but struggled to connect those investments to measurable business results. This observation led me to develop the AI Revenue Engine framework. The framework was designed to help leaders focus on outcomes rather than technology alone. Instead of asking what tool to implement next, leaders can evaluate whether an initiative supports meaningful business objectives. The first pillar is revenue growth. Organizations should assess whether AI can help attract customers, improve customer experiences, increase sales effectiveness, or create new revenue opportunities. Growth remains one of the most important measures of business success. The second pillar is smart operations. This focuses on improving efficiency, reducing friction, enhancing decision making, and creating more effective workflows. Operational excellence often creates significant value when combined with thoughtful technology adoption. The third pillar is business agility. Organizations need the ability to adapt quickly, respond to changing conditions, and scale effectively. AI can support agility, but only when leadership, governance, processes, and people are aligned. Together, these three pillars provide a practical framework for evaluating investments and guiding transformation. A professional services firm identified more than 20 potential AI projects. Using the AI Revenue Engine framework, leadership prioritized initiatives based on revenue growth, operational improvement, and agility. The company reduced active projects by 50%, accelerated implementation, and achieved measurable efficiency gains within the first year. Now, what are the key takeaways from today's session? Before we close, let's revisit the most important learning. Its AI adoption is not primarily a technology challenge. It's a leadership, operational, and organizational challenge. That's first. Secondly, organizations that start with business outcomes consistently outperform organizations that start with tools. Third, automation does not fix broken processes. It often accelerates existing problems. The fourth takeaway today is governance should not be viewed as bureaucracy. Effective governance creates trust, accountability, and sustainable growth. And lastly, organizational readiness often determines whether AI investments become measurable business results. If there is one message I want you to remember, it is this. Technology may be the catalyst, but execution creates value. Thanks for taking time to join me today. My work focuses on helping organizations use AI to grow revenue with less friction through adoption, governance, operational transformation, and organizational readiness. Through advisory engagements, executive workshops, masterclasses, keynote presentations, and leadership programs, I work with executives, founders, operators, boards, and transformation leaders seeking practical approaches to turning AI investments into measurable results. The AI revenue engine framework was developed from decades of experience leading transformation efforts across industries and helping organizations connect technology investments to revenue growth, operational excellence, and business agility. I look forward to continuing the conversation and supporting leaders who are navigating AI adoption and enterprise transformation. Follow the AI Revenue Engine Masterclass series every week for the next set of topics and sessions. Thanks everyone for joining me today. I'll see you next week.